We're going to try to do a few photos to give you some ideas what this boat is. Unfortunately, we're just not finished with the railings, but I've got photos. There's the stainless steel rub rail. I've got some great photos of all the railings we've done in the past, and it'll be the same. You can see the volume of this hull, which gives it some great weight carrying capacity. It draws about 4 feet. We're using our yellow. These are the anchor chocks. There's 2 of them. The pulpit will have the same netting that we used before the Super Tramp. Really like that stuff. That's just a bow chock. There's one on each side on the floats. This our side view. The scuppers for the cockpit. We're going to get into showing all that better. We'll climb aboard. This is a handrail for people to hold on to while they're in the water. We'll have a ladder off of there. These are the steps up to the deck cockpit. That has an aluminum railing that's being made right now. All the railing is still being made. You can see that we've got started on it. There's the start of our top. That's the type that we'll be using. You can see the size of the top. It's 12 by 24. So we have a huge 12 foot by 24 foot, 25 foot for a cockpit cover. And everything, of course, is new. Nice core rudder with stainless steel shaft, Delrin bearings, Tobin 22 shaft, new bronze prop. So heavy duty rub rail with this 1.5-inch stainless steel. Everything's been coated. The bottom has 2 coats of Interprotect, and then the paint, a couple different hard paint, and then a blade up on top. We're going to we've sealed everything. Everything is epoxy sealed, and I'm going to show you something in my hand. Hang on. Okay, these are plugs from our through hulls that we put in, and it's a AirX core, and I forget how many laminations, but you can see it's just really thick, solid core. It's over 1/4 inch of solid glass on the outside and 3/16 to 1/4 on the inside. Every single one of these are the same. They've been, you know, there's a bucket of them that we've taken out, and anyway, you can see where we put the through hulls. You can see all the different places that they were. This is a strainer. Grounding plate. It's got 2 cutlass bearings in it. Okay. That window is where the bar is. You're going to see some cool stuff when we go up on deck later. The problem that we did, the biggest problem with this boat, and you'll start to see it as you look at some of the gear and everything we've done, is we built this boat because we had a market, and we planned on using it, and we were going to keep it for our sort of retirement, semi-use it, and it's going to be the boat that was going to last. And so we did it. It's an epoxy boat. That core is AirX. All the glass is epoxy. We got all heavy cleats and rub rails, and they have better shafts and cutlass bearings, and you'll see we'll go on board and do filming of the engine and all the mechanical installations, and the glass in the windows is 3/8 inch Lexan, and you know, we did what you don't ever do as a builder, and we built it for ourselves, and it's heavy, so we won't get anything back for all of that. But whoever ends up with this boat is going to be having a boat that is durable for a lot of years. This is the top for over the cockpit. It's 12.6 by 25. Anyway, 2 coats of biaxle, 2 layers of biaxle. On this side, the other side, I think we're going to probably do matte, and this is the top outside that you'll be walking on and standing on. 8 horsepower Vetus bow thruster. It's going to have a Furlex self-furling gear, the Supertramp nets, seats right here, right on that foredeck, one on each side, just like we did on Privateer. We'll send photos of Privateer to show you all of that. This is all the Lexan glass, and in these hatches here, it's just a little area forward, nothing in there, and we do have the 105 gallons on each side septic storage. So when you use the head and pump it, the holding tank is 105 gallons, or one for port and starboard heads, so there's 210 gallons total storage for septic. The Genoa track, we just haven't done the non-skid yet. We painted everything, the only thing left is just to do the non-skid. Anderson winches throughout. This is the Anderson 52s for the sheets. This is the top up here. So guests will be able, we'll have that high railing everywhere. Guests will come up in here. They all sit along there, sit along this area, sit in the net, sit up here, sit along here. This is where the mast step where I'm standing. The stairway is going to be right here. I don't have it in yet for the guests. And then those over there are the 2 seats that are going to go right here along. They're going to go run forward and aft, the length of the seats. They're not going athwartship, so you're going to sit right here in this cockpit. This is the cover. This is one of the hatches to get down into the engine room, and then the other seat's going to go right in through there, and then seating around the perimeter and seating on the back rail back here. When we put our aluminum railing up, it's going to combine into the handrail down to the stairs for swimming. There'll be seats on that little stern deck back there, seats along the side over here with the railing all backing it, and then seats in the middle. So we're going to have seating for about 60 people, and we're certifying it for 49, and we have the weight carrying capacity for 49 plus, and the Coast Guard's now going to start requiring a load line. They're doing it in Puerto Rico, and when that happens, even if you're certified for 80 people, you know, with some of the narrower catamarans, like the stuff that they're doing now, Gold Coast is putting out these boats that are 80 passengers, but they're going to put a load line and they won't be able to carry them anymore anyway. And they're Divinycell boats and polyester, and this is just they're just a 10-year boat, and you throw them away, and they're a lot of money for that. Anyway, we'll talk about this boat. Okay, the helm station. These are the 4 bilge alarms and the Fireboy. Garmin, I forget what number it is. It's the 10-inch screen, I think, or 12-inch screen. Garmin's interfaced with the AIS radio, so all of the stuff will show up on the screen for that. It's also have a radar, 18HN radar, and then this is the Cummins diesel. Looking forward, my hand on the wheel, you can see really nicely out everywhere. This is the top right here is going to be covering the helmsman, so the guy driving the boat's going to be out of the sun. This window right here is a big cockpit window, and we'll open that up, and there's a bar down below, a really nice bar. And this side is ahead, same on the other. The head is very simple, but really roomy. There's a nice sink with pressure water. These wires hanging are our lights and our smoke alarm. All the wiring is in. We just got to hook up the last of the things. Nice teak ladder to get them down in. It's about a 6 foot long, 4 foot wide. Plenty of room, nicely done, really nice setup head. The skipper, Crittenden Wilcox head, and again 105 gallons of sewage. This is the Cummins, 150 horsepower. There's all the ACRs and our wiring system. Basically, that one wire hanging down is not finished yet. This is a fuel system. It's got a dual fuel. I haven't completely run all the fuel lines yet. There's a dual fuel hookup so that it's set up so that I can shut down one filter and change the other while the engine's running. So it's 2 filters for one engine. There's 2 tanks, a 60-gallon tank here and a 60-gallon tank here. Aluminum. These are the blowers. This is the water strainer system. It's set up where I can take it apart and close it off, and I have 2 spare strainers so we can keep that going while it's running. This is the engine room space and size, and it comes back into this area. There's the exhaust, a Vetus filter, Vetus lift muffler. These are all storage spaces. These shelves are about 16 inches wide all the way around the perimeter of the engine room. So we have this great storage space back here. As you can see, we got stuff on it and things stuffed around, and we're still doing things and completing it. But we're getting really, really, really close. All the electrics in. All the plumbing for the fuel is set up. I just got to hook up the last few pieces. I got everything I need to finish that with. It's all stainless steel and SAE 1940 rated hose. And it just set up really well with all of the shut off, so you can isolate the filters and isolate the tanks and this Cummins is a nice engine. I really like these Cummins diesels. This is a really good old 150 horsepower. Thump, 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 thump. You know, it's not, the shaft's not hooked up. I got a Tides driplet stuffing box. You can open up this thing here and get to the shaft, close it back up. And then this hatch is got dual access. It's got one of these flush mount aluminum hatches that you can get in and out, but it's really set up to be sealed and done, and only use the hatch for getting the engine in and out, moving tanks in and out, big stuff. And this hatch back here, it's just for the steering system. And it's a Wagner heavy duty hydraulic. The shaft is 3-inch, 3/16 grade stainless, half-inch wall, Delrin bearings, and anyway, that's the only thing in here. Is just, there are 6 12-inch cleats, 2 of these 10-inch ones, and see, 2, 4, 6 of the 12-inch, 2 of the 10-inch, and then these 2 bow Samson posts.